both of my let me adjust both of my cameras so that I don't look like I'm looking too far off. So we broadcast every Monday and every Friday, every Monday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and every Friday at 6 p.m. But I'll wait till a few more people get on so I can make a small announcement about our Friday session that we are going to have to postpone this Friday. We got a big move going on, so I will let a few more people get in both on YouTube and as well as Instagram, and we will go ahead and get started. How is the weather where everyone is at? Put it in the chat. It is still hot here. We had some extreme heat advisory this weekend because it seriously, I think the heat index was 110. Not the temperatures, but it was so hot, it was so humid, and this is why I went to the beach because it was hot. But I didn't stay long because it was hot. Hello, Letty 504. How are you? Thank you for joining. But yeah, it was super hot. It was very, and it's still hot outside. We're supposed to get rain all this week, and I hope it cools things down. So again, hello, happy Monday. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Thank you all, both on YouTube and Instagram, for sharing this time with me today. Before we get started, let's get a few housekeeping rules out of the way. So make sure you get on our text message list and just text the word "Let's Grow" LETSGROW to 474747. Text the word "Let's Grow" to 474747 so that way we can text you when we go live, and also when we have specials and different things coming up as well. So make sure that you're on our list. Also, like and share this information. If you know someone who's trying to grow a garden, thinking about growing a garden, said the word garden, make sure you share this information with your family and your friends. And for all of those that are new joining us, my name is Ayana of Southern Entertaining, and what we do is we teach beginner gardeners to stop daydreaming about growing a garden and to grow one. And we grow organically, and it's just a great thing and a great skill to have is to garden. I just absolutely love it. And so we want you to love it too. There's so many benefits, and we can talk about that another time, but there's just so many benefits to gardening, and we just want us to grow, and we're all growing together. It's just such a great community where we share different gardening tips, tricks, and we just share everything with one another. And so we learn from one another. Hello, Feathered Sunsets. How are you? And so that's what it's all about. Like, we're learning and we're growing together. Now, for our Friday broadcast, we're going to postpone that because I have to move my daughter into college. That is the big move in day for them. And from the other daughter, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, y'all. And so I know by the time I get back home, I will probably just want to, just chill out, just take a shower and chill out. So we are going to postpone our Friday. So that's why I wanted to definitely make sure that I got on today to go over part two. So if you've been following us, remember we talked about things to add in your soil to build healthy soil using everyday items, because I know that these items that we're going to talk about, most of us, we just simply throw them in the trash. And so we just want you to start building healthy soil. You always hear me say that's what it's about. When you build healthy soil, then you will see the difference in growing. Hello, Betty. How are you? Yep, we're getting more rain here, I think today, but I hope so. It's been so hot. Hello, Angela. How are you? How are you? But so if you didn't watch the first part, we still kept that up. So that's up. So go back and watch part one. Today we're going to talk about part two of everyday items that you probably throw away, but you can start using these to build your soil. And definitely start to do this. This is something that I'm still not fond of, but I eat it because of the nutritional benefits. So now I save the peelings to it. And so today, what we're going to discuss is you can use bananas, the banana peels that you normally throw away. You can use this to build your soil. I don't know what it is about bananas. I do put them in smoothies. That'll help me out a whole lot. But I just have never been a banana lover. But I just eat them because of, try to get some nutrients in. But they are good for you. But you can take banana. So if you compost, you can. I when we do vermicomposting, and I've shared this with y'all, where that's basically using worms to break down, like things from the garden or things that we would normally throw away. So we use things from the garden, and I always tend to chop things up a little bit smaller for the worms so that they can break them down a little bit faster. They'll still break them down if you put them in their hole, but I just like to like the green stems. Like I'll chop that up just so that they can go ahead and break it down. And what that'll do is over time you will have some good worm casting. So that's vermicomposting. But you can also take the banana peels. You can soak them in water. Hello, Yankee sister. How are you? You can soak them in water like overnight, and then you can take that water and you can feed your plants with it. So Feathered Sunset says she's the opposite, love to eat them, can't stand them in smoothies. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know what it is about bananas. Not my favorite fruit, but I'll eat it. I'll eat it. Yeah, and you can't stand them in smoothies. I just use them kind of like as a thickener so that I don't know. Y'all know I'm a little bit weird there, but you can soak them overnight, which I do quite a bit. Like I'll just soak them and then I'll go and take that and feed my plants. Hello, Tara. How are you? You can also chop them up if you want to and bury them. But when you bury them around your plants, kind of bury them enough, to where you don't bring on we have a lot of sand gnats here, y'all, and we have just a whole bunch of stuff. But you still can take the banana peels and you can bury them like around your plants too. But I always like to chop things up just so it won't take as long to break down. And then also to keep out, the different bugs and things like that. Because bananas, they offer a lot of potassium for your plants, and we definitely need that. They offer a lot of potassium for us, and they also offer like other nutrients and phosphorus too. Okay, so Angela says she has to make herself eat them. The texture is mushy, and that may be why I'm like you, Angela. I have to, and I have some here. Like I use them because, like I said, because I know the nutritional value, and it's also a good snack to eat. Like especially when I've waited too long to eat, I'll grab a banana because I know that's gonna like pick me back up. So that's why I keep them here too, because I had to tell myself seriously like 15 minutes ago, you have not eaten anything today. So before you get on this live, I made like some avocado toast just real quick. But bananas are very good. They're so good to add to your garden. And so I see a lot of us on here on Instagram and YouTube that eat bananas. So now instead of throwing the banana peels away, now we can either like soak them, let the nutrients get in the water, and then we can use them that way. We could put them, if you compost, use it that way, or you can bury them. And let me read what Josie said. Hello, Jewel. How are you? Josie made a very good comment. And you know what, Josie? I may try this as well because I think this is a super idea. She says she dehydrates the banana peels and then grind them into a powder and add that to the soil. That is a super idea to do. And that way you don't have to like bury it too deep, what we talked about. So that, you know what, Josie, I think I'm going to start doing that because I just left Yankee Sister a comment. My dehydrator is going strong. This is the time where it goes like really strong, and so might as well put some banana peels in there. The whole house smells like holy basil right now, and it just smells really good. So we did a harvest of that this morning. Hello, 37 on. I hope you're doing well. So that is another way. Remember, you can go back and look at the whole part one where we just talked about coffee. where you can add that. But today, part two, you can add those banana peels to your soil instead of throwing them away, because it really starts with the soil. And once I grasped this idea, I started to see a change in my plants and how they grew and how they help control pests and diseases and things like that. So we want to build our soil. You'll always hear me say that. And so the potassium from the bananas and the phosphorus is just good for building healthy soils. But I got to definitely thank Josie for saying that, because I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chop the banana peels up, put them in the dehydrator, grind them, and that can serve as another way, and store them. And that serves as another way to put the nutrients back into our soil. So y'all know I'm not going to be long today, because although I'm off today, I don't know where the time has been. If any of you know how to slow down time when you're off and make it speed up when you're working, let me know, because I have a whole list of tasks that I have to get done, and I haven't even left the house yet. But it's okay. It's okay. It's hot. We're supposed to get a lot of rain, but I was outside this morning just going through the garden, seeing the things that I have to do. I didn't get much gardening in at all because the heat index got up to 110. So for those of you who follow us on Instagram, you saw where I had went to the beach this weekend, but I definitely needed it. It was a long week. I think that's why we didn't have the Friday one. And I thought I wouldn't work as late, but I don't think I logged off of my work computer to about 8:30 that night. But I expect that every end of the month. I expect that. So I wasn't surprised, but I was like super exhausted. And so I said, you know what? My husband did get me away from the garden. He got me to go to the beach, but it was really hot out there. But the water felt really good to my feet. It really did. So we did some grounding out there. For those of you who know about grounding, I just did a little bit of grounding and just enjoyed it. But it was, we actually went to Jacksonville and it was even hotter. I don't know, something for all those who stay in Florida. I'm not sure. I know that Georgia and Florida is right by each other, but it seems like something about the heat is just a little bit hotter than Georgia. I just don't know. I mean, it was like the heat was beaming hard, like really, really hard. So I just didn't get out in the garden too much, because we talked about this earlier in some other live chats. Like when it's like that, you really got to pay attention when you're out in the garden, making sure you're protecting yourself, making sure you stay hydrated, making sure you have, a hat and things like that on. So it was so humid here that it actually felt like a sauna. Like when you go outside, it was hard to breathe. So I said, you know what? When I did get home, I might have went out and watered a few of my containers, but I didn't do anything like drastic. So this morning, I got up and we harvested some holy basil and checked on a few things in the garden. Like I still got a lot of things to do. Like I need to go stake our bell peppers. We got a lot of bell peppers starting to really come on, and so they're weighing the plant. So I've been staking some and clipping, using those clips that we got from the Dollar Tree. I've been using those to clip them on and using bamboo sticks. But I just wanted to get on and just really talk about, let's keep adding those nutrients to the soil. I saw somebody say something about bananas. I'm going to go through the chat real good. Yes, Yankee Sister, bananas are very good in potassium, really good in potassium. And so, okay, so Yankee Sister, also dehydrate banana peels with eggshell powder and steep in a jar of water and add to my liquid fertilizer. That is so amazing. That is amazing that you do that. That is getting some good nutrients in there really well. But and that's why I said at the beginning of the live, hello Maureen, how are you? That's why I said at the beginning of the live, for all of those that are new, like this is why I love the community, because we all share different ideas, different gardening things that we do. And this is what it's all about, to help people grow. And I'm telling you, I never even thought about dehydrating banana peels. Like I always would just chop them up or steep them in water, but that is such a good idea And then that also will help you have like some supply on hand that you can go to every time you garden or you add the nutrients back to your soil. So I'm definitely going to start doing that, and this is why I love this community. Never would I have thought to dehydrate banana peels, but we're going to throw some of them in there as well and start getting our powder reserve so that we can put it and add it to our soil, and that is what it's all about. From 37 on, earthworm castings are great for your soil. Yes, and this is why we vermicompost, and I love it. I got a tier that's waiting on me with worm castings, and I'm waiting because I am slowly but surely um, getting my fall list of what I want to start indoors started. So who all has started thinking about what you're growing for fall? Because that's where my head at is August. I reset yesterday, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to pull out my grow rack, and we're about to get started with some fall seeds inside. Remember, for all of those that are new joining, if you're not sure, because everybody can start seeds at the same time on Instagram, make sure you click the link in the bio to get the seed starting masterclass. And then for YouTube, when the video renders, I'll put it in the description, because that is where I'm at right now. Like, I'm really looking and just thinking about what I want to start. Yes, Feathered Sunsets, you are so welcome. I stopped by there yesterday. Feathered Sunset says she on her way to Tractor. I stopped by there yesterday because remember, y'all, remember, they're starting to put stuff on clearance, and yes, they are. All of the places are starting to put. It depends on what you're looking for. They had raised beds here yesterday on clearance. Now, right now, they're around about 25% off. Since I don't need a raise, since I really don't need a raised bed, I let it sit. But you let it get down to about 50 to 75% off. If it's still there, why not get another raised bed and put some more plants in there. So now, just remember, start checking. If you need it, check the quantity to see how much they have. I know Feather Sun says, I'm trying not to look at the plants either, but I know I'm going to do it because they have a lot of perennials that are on clearance too. Our Tractor Supply here, they don't have a whole bunch of plants, but they do have some. But I did see some raised beds, and I know a couple of mine are about 5 years old, and they're getting to that point. And that's how I do it. If I see something like that, and if it gets to a good price that I like, that's when I'll get it. So be safe out there. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta keep those chickens happy. So make sure you are safe. Safe out, and thank you always for joining us. I don't know what I just did on Instagram, but I hope I didn't lose y'all. I hope I didn't. But I won't press nothing because I know that will is something on my screen. I'm telling y'all, when it comes to technology, yeah. Can you just add the banana peel powders to the to the soil? Yankee Sister and Jewel, can you just add the banana peel powder to the soil? I would, like, when I start dehydrating and grinding them up, I'm just gonna, like, in the planting hole or in the soil and just mix it in. I think that is a definitely good idea. But if you want to comment on that, that was one of the questions. Now, because I know Yankee Sister and Jewel already does it, I'm going to start doing it. But okay, so Josie said yes, sprinkle in the hole before planting. See, that's okay. That's what I was thinking too. Josie is fall planting too. Yes, yes, yes. It's that time. It's that time of the year. Do y'all see how quick time just goes by? Like, seriously, we're 8 months in, and I don't know where time went. I remember last year, like, oh gosh, it's cold, and I'm ready for I'm ready to start my spring garden, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's hot. I'm ready for it to cool down. So that's crazy. Starting seeds outside in trays and inside with grow lights. Want to see which way will work better. Yes, Yankee Sister, that's how we do it. We always experiment that way. I did a 45-day cucumber that I know we'll have enough time for. So I planted that. I actually just direct seeded that and just put it in the ground. But yeah, I'm going to try some outside too. Because as my daughter was cleaning her room, she had a rack that she had she had turtles, but she had a rack. And I told her, don't throw that rack away. Don't you throw that away. I'm going to use that rack as more room to put my seed trays on there so that I can start a little bit more outside. Um, has anyone used sugar added to the soil? I heard about it but never tried it. Do you know the benefits? That I hadn't heard of from 37 on, but let me tell you something that I bought last year and I looked at the ingredients. So I bought a compost tea. It was like the concentrate. And you have to put, like, I think it was 5 gallons of water in there and maybe 2 cups. It gave you the measurements. But to make a long story short, when I looked at the ingredients on the compost tea, it had molasses in there. So I don't know about sugar, like the cane sugar, but I did see where it had molasses in the compost tea concentrate. Um okay, so yes, they are both slow release fertilizer. Okay. Hello Donnie. Hello Growing with Donnie. How are you? Yes, from okay, so even Betty said yes, from 37 on, dry molasses is a soil mender. Okay. I heard of molasses or Coca-Cola. Okay, so yeah, we're all on the same sheet of music, y'all. We are all here. So yeah, I heard of that before. That they use. Okay. Okay, so y'all make sure you like and share. I promise y'all I'm not gonna keep you long today. So not this Friday, but next Monday, we are going to go over part three. Part three, and basically is everyday items to build your soil. Like we're building our soil, but we're using everyday items that we normally throw away. We're going to keep these up so you can go back if you missed it and watch number one, which was coffee. And then number two today is the bananas. And thank you all both who gave the suggestion of dehydrating your banana peels, and you can grind that up and then you can use that in your planting hole, and then you'll have some as well. If you want to, you can let it kind of like steep overnight. Take the banana peel, let it steep overnight, and you can let the nutrients seep in, and you can add that to your soil. Or you can like do like me, just kind of cut them up and then bury them in the soil. So those are three ways that you can take those banana peels and you can use them for your garden because they are a great source of potassium, which is one of the nutrients that our soil needs. One of the big, when you see the NPK, that is one of the ones that we need. So you all be safe. If you're in a hot zone, make sure you stay cool, make sure you stay hydrated, make sure you protect yourself when you are out in the garden. And so remember, not this Friday, but next Monday, if everything goes well, and we're back on schedule, we will do next Monday. We're going to go over part three. So thank you all for taking the time out of your day. Make sure you text the word "Let's Grow" to 474747 so that we can notify you when we are going live and having different specials. So y'all take care. I am off to run my errands, and hopefully we'll have a video up this week. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and then make sure you're following us on Instagram. So you all take care, and we'll talk again soon. Bye bye.